Hi, welcome to Create and Craft with Katie. Thank you if you're a repeat visitor. If you are new, welcome, and I hope you'll enjoy my project today. First of all, I'd like to say a huge thank you for the support I've been getting from my last video. I've had 5 new subscribers this week. Now, that is absolutely nothing for most channels, but I'm only tiny, so every little helps, and it really brings a smile to my face to think that you're enjoying my projects. If you are visiting and haven't subscribed, I really would love to see some new subscribers. I'm at 65 now. I'd love to get to 100. Anyway, today we are going to be making a farmhouse style flower arrangement using Dollar Tree products. We're starting with 3 of these photo frames. I'm not going to obviously use them as a frame, but I love the ornate work on them. We will be painting them. Also 3 of these ribbed jars with the metal around them. I will be snipping the metal off. This is what it looks like without the metal. Be using Rustoleum gloss protective enamel in white. Rustoleum is my favorite paint for most projects. It adheres really well to plastic and glass. We will be replacing the metal with twine. This was from Michael's, but you can get it from the Dollar Tree easily. This one happened to be on sale and was a larger roll, and I just picked it up when I was in there. We'll need a pair of scissors, some E6000 glue to adhere the frames together, and my trusty Scor-Tape to adhere the twine to the glass. The first thing we need to do is to remove the inside part of the picture frame. So you unclip these in the back, take off this, and take out the inside piece. Now, I'm not going to paint the glass, but I am going to use it, so I'm going to take it out. Now, these have a stand on the back, but obviously we don't need it. So you can just very easily remove it, because we're going to be painting this back so that the white shows through. The same with the hanger. And we will do it to all 3 pieces. So I have removed the stand and hinges from the back of all of the plates for the frame. They're damaged on the back, but we're not going to see them, and we're going to paint the side that you'll see through the glass. The next thing we need to do is to remove this wire from around the top of the glass. It's cute, but it's not what I want. So literally, if you stick your scissors underneath, you will be able to find where it's tied, and if you just put your scissors through the loop and, not the first one did it, clip it, you'll be able to take it off easily. So we've got one more. Grab the end with the scissors and slightly untwist it, enough to get a loop to get your scissors in. And take it off. I don't mind using my scissors to cut wire, as these are the Betty Crocker from the Dollar Tree. They work great, and if they dull, I really don't mind. They only cost me $1. The next thing we're going to do before we paint the frames is we're going to stick them together. Now, I'm going to use E6000, as there aren't very many places where the frames meet, and I need to make sure that they're stuck together pretty well. You can see that they touch on these curved parts, so we're going to look and see exactly where they touch, and we're going to add our E6000 on each of the curves and push them together. This doesn't adhere straight away, so you've got time to maneuver everything. We're going to check, and these are going to fit the same. So go ahead, make sure that you don't go excessive with the glue, as with the scroll pattern on these frames you will see excess glue when you have painted everything. So they will sit like this until they have adhered. I'm going to get something heavy to stick on them, to sit on top of them, to hold them together, and then when they are completely dry we will go out and paint them. While we're waiting for the glue to dry on the frames, we're going to we've come outside and we're going to spray paint. When you're going to use a spray paint, please make sure that you either come outside or go somewhere that is largely ventilated, because you don't want the fumes. I apologise for any mess you might see. We had a huge hailstorm that did about $35,000 of damage to the house, as well as totaling my car, etc. So anyway, this enamel paint is Rustoleum is my favourite, so but you can use whichever one you want. I'm going to try and fill in the little holes, but they won't be seen once everything is complete. And with the jars, I'm going to work from the bottom. I'm just going to do the others off camera. Now, this is with the first coat. I will wait and see after it's dried whether it needs a second coat. You can of course use any paint that you like. If you prefer the look of a matte finish, then go ahead and use chalk paint. You don't need to use spray paint. I like the enamel look. It makes it look a little like metal, and that's the idea with this particular piece for my own choice of home decor. But again, as I say, just choose whichever ones you like. And if you can't find these particular jars, the Dollar Tree have very many small jars designed to hold candles, or you can find actual jarred candles where the jar is a great shape for what you want to use. Simply go ahead and remove the candle and use the jar. It's another day and we are back to completing the glass jar project. The glass jars have completely dried. After the glue had dried, attaching the 3 frames together, I sprayed it with the same enamel paint, left it to dry. The pieces inside that I sprayed white, I didn't like the look of. You could see the marks underneath from the hardware removal, so I covered them with shelf liner just from the Dollar Tree, and put them back in with the glass. So we're on to the final step, which is adding the jute to the rim of the vase. We are going to use our trusty Scor-Tape again. You simply add the Scor-Tape around the neck of the jar, tearing it off when you meet the end. Before removing the transfer paper, as this is a slightly shaped neck, push your Scor-Tape down firmly onto the jar just to make sure it stays. Then find the end with the transfer tape, remove the transfer tape, and then you're going to pull out a small amount of the twine, attach it, and then you simply Going to wind. When you reach the end of where you started, press down and step up a level so that you're doing a second layer, then again to do a third. As you can see, as I wind, I'm pushing it down so that you can't see any of the underneath, and to the end, and do one final. Once you get back to where you started, you're simply going to cut the twine, keeping this piece at the back, then take another piece of the twine and tie it. You could tie a bow, you don't have to use twine, you could use ribbon, and then simply snip. I like the look of the twine, it gives a nice farmhousey type of feel. And then you can decorate the jars however you like. You could put in a flameless candle, you could put anything you like. I'm going to put in some greenery, and I'm going to use this sand to hold it straight. This is simply from the Dollar Tree. It comes in many colours. You can't see through on this one anyway, so I'm using a dark one. Simply cut the corner off, and we're going to fill it about two-thirds of the way full, so it's about half a bag. Then I use this greenery, which I have bent up the piece at the back so that if I want to use it again, I still have the length. This was from the fresh picked line at Joann's, originally $5.99. I bought it when it was either 70% off or it was buy one get two free, so I got all three pieces for $6. Use the folded up piece as the back so that you don't see it when you're displaying it. And you have a very easy floral design, and looks a lot more expensive than if you had if you knew it was from the Dollar Tree. We have $3 for the base, $3 for the jars, $3 for the flowers. So even if you include paint and glue, which I don't, and twine because I always have it on hand, it's a really great project for less than $10. I hope you liked it. If you do, please leave me a comment, hit that like button, and I'd love to have you subscribe, and I will be back with more easy home decor ideas very soon.